Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about dominant cards in Dokkan. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say a disclaimer. I don't have every single dominant card in Dokkan listed on my list, but I'm going to go ahead and explain what I think dominance means in Dokkan. To be dominant is to be number one in your class for over 9 months. 9 months plus, you are a dominant card. For example, I'm going to go ahead and pull from my list. STR Cooler was the number one TUR for 9 months exactly. So he is definitely on my list of dominant TURs and dominant LRs and dominant EZAs and so on and so forth. Now I only have like, what's that, 5 units? I only have 5 units including the STR Cooler, but I have a bit to talk about them. So go ahead, sit back and relax and watch me banter on why I think these cards were so dominant. So we're going to go ahead and just start from STR Cooler. STR Cooler, the reason why he was so dominant was because he had an amazing leader skill, he had a great super attack effect, he had a great passive because he supports both his leader skills, and he has a great transformation condition, being able to transform from turn 3 when going up against pure Hyper Saiyan's category characters, and he has an amazing link set. Cooler is essentially perfect. Like, there's like a damn near perfect like card design. The only thing that I feel as if though could have been better about him is that if they would just gave him defense on super attack. That's it. That's it. They gave him defense on super attack, he would have been beautiful. Easy. Now that coupled with the fact that this guy was the best TUR in the game for 9 months exactly, give him his flowers. Give him his flowers. And of course, when you go into his post transformation, I mean, guys, he stacks attack, he has additional super attack chance, and he performs guaranteed crits against pure and Hyper Saiyan's category characters. This was the craziest thing about him right over here. This is what got people thinking that he was the best TUR for a while, which I was all for it. I still felt it as if though Cooler was the best TUR in the game until Tech Ultimate Gohan came out. For the people who are arguing that Tech Ultimate Gohan was not better than Cooler, you're wrong. He's always been better. Let's just be honest. And I'm going to move into my honorable mentions since I already talked about my first unit I wanted to talk about as an example. Tech Ultimate Gohan. I think that there's a case to be made that he has the most longevity of any card in Dokkan. In terms of usability. Usability and viability. He has the longevity dominance. Because guys, if you have a card that is sticking around through 3 metas, the Extreme Super Battle Road meta, the, what's that, the God Event meta, and the Red Soul meta. What? This guy's sticking around in 3 metas. Are you kidding? What? He is up there as one of the best aging units in Dokkan. I'm sorry, but if you don't like that argument, but you just gotta stop that. You just gotta stop that. But like I was saying, if you don't like that argument, I'm sorry. It's true. It's true, guys. This guy is one of the best aging cards in Dokkan. Easy. Because if he's surviving through 3 metas, that means something. You cannot deny that fact. Now, he's on my honorable mentions as well as Go Frieza. Go Frieza did not last over 9 months. But the thing is, with Go Frieza, I do believe that... Wait, did Tech Ultimate Gohan last 9+ months? Should I take a look at that? We should go ahead and take a look at the timeline. Now, I want to talk about Go Frieza before I get to Tech Ultimate Gohan. I want to see if Tech Ultimate Gohan lasted over 9 months in terms of being the number 1 TUR. So, let's go and talk about LR Goku and Frieza. Pretty easy, of course. Now, LR Goku and Frieza were... In terms of damage, I feel like damage dominance. They were the most damaging unit upon their release, and they had the biggest damage gap ever. Like, if we think about it, hear me out, guys. I'm not spitting nonsense. So, we have Go Frieza up here. We have every other unit down here. It's true. It is true. Because if you do think about it, you have the 3rd year anniversary LRs throwing out a 3, 4, maybe a 5 million attack stat on a nice day. Then you have Go Frieza with a 9, 10 million attack stat. Go Frieza, 8, 9 million. Like, 10 million. 11 million if you were like, for whatever reason, I don't know how the hell you get 11 million attack stat, but it was possible. It was possible. These guys would sit between the range of 7 to 10 million. Do you guys know how ridiculous that is for 2018? They had the biggest damage gap to touch this game in a long fucking time. For a long time. Until, of course, we get, like, AJLR Gohan's EZA. AJLR Gohan with his, 40 million attack stat. Nothing too crazy. And LR Cell, rainbowed, post-EZA, post-transformation. In LR Cell, 50 million attack stat, 40 million, 30 million. Nothing too crazy, right? But I think until we get those cards, until we get all the cards that are just hitting like 10 million, like, just easily, because cards nowadays, TURs are touching 10 million plus, 11 million plus, 12 million plus so easily, and LRs are touching like 20 million easily. 20 million, between 20 million and 40 million is what like LRs are touching. Nuking LRs are touching like 30 million to 40 million, for example, AGLR Gohan, and like your standard rainbowed LR for 2023 is at like 20 million. Hello? We're hovering around the 15 million to 20 million range for LRs nowadays. But now we got Go Frieza, at the time, who had the biggest damage gap until we get these cards nowadays. So I think Go Frieza is in the conversation for damage dominance. They were, I would probably say, they were and probably still were. It's like, could you argue that they still did more damage than the LR Super Saiyan 4s when they come out? Even though the LR Super Saiyan 4s are better than Go Frieza? I don't know. But Go Frieza was still definitely a stupidly powerful damaging LR, right? So we give Go Frieza their flowers for damage dominance, and we give Tech Ultimate Gohan his flowers for longevity dominance, because this guy is one of the best aging cards in the game. It's fact. It's fact, no fiction, baby. So let's go and take a peek at how long Tech Ultimate Gohan lasted for the #1 TUR. Let me get JP, of course. Let's start from JP in July of 2020. So let me get the 5th year. Let me get July of 2020. Okay, so we got Tech Ultimate Gohan. Let's just skip on over to August. Who comes out as the August Dokkan Fest? Who comes out? Is there an August Dokkan Fest? No, there isn't, because it preps for the Worldwide Down celebration. Okay, so we gotta skip this month. September of 2020. That's still the celebration. I'm wilding. Let me just skip on over to October for the first Dokkan Fest. Frieza. Is Frieza better than Gohan? No, I don't think Frieza's better than Gohan. Ah, man, I don't... Oh, I like Gohan better, but there was arguments made for this guy, because Frieza was just way better than him in Extreme Super Battle Road. Damn, is Frieza better than Gohan? You know what? I'm not going to waste too much time on this. Let's just leave him as an honorable mention. Damn, Frieza was probably better than Gohan. Probably. Okay. So, of course, I talked about my first unit on this list. He's not the #1 unit on this list. Everyone on this list is not in order. We're just going to talk about them out of order. We're not saying who's better than who in terms of dominance. We're just going to talk about each and every one of them out of order. So, we have STR Cooler, who I talked about first. Whole kit was amazing. Lasted 9 months exactly. And that's particularly about it. Great pre-transformation, great post-transformation, great kit. Lasted 9 months. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move on over to the next unit, STR Super Gogeta. Now, for all my OGs, for all my people who watch a lot of the game, you've heard people say that STR Super Gogeta was probably the most dominant unit ever. Super Gogeta was him, right? He was him because if I remember this correctly, Gogeta was the best TUR in the game for 2016 all the way till 2017. It's like he was better than AGL Super Vegito. He was better than Physical Vegito Blue, right? Was he better than Physical Vegito Blue? I would probably say so. Because you can still throw this guy in the same team as Physical Vegito Blue, and they can cook. Well, could you make the case that Physical Vegito Blue was better than this guy? I'd probably still take this guy over him, but Physical Vegito Blue is obviously pretty goddamn good. You probably could make the case. Probably. I'd have to think about that one. But, yes. The only person who probably came close to being better than him was Physical Vegito Blue. And that speaks volumes. So, Super Gogeta was easily the best unit in the game for 9+ months, probably encroaching into a whole year. So yes, Super Gogeta was the best unit in Dokkan throughout the entirety of 2016. I would say so. I would say the only two units that were in his class were AGL Super Vegito and Physical Vegeta Blue. Yes. It's like, and Super Gogeta was one of those units where if you had him, you had him. And if you didn't, shit out of luck. That was really it. So, yes, all my OGs, people who've been studying the game. Imagine saying, studying Dokkan. All my people have been studying the game. Nerd emoji. That shit sounds so stupid to come out of my mouth, but who cares? I'm just gonna leave that in the video. So, next up, we have Int Super Janemba post EZA, and of course, we had STR Super Gogeta pre EZA because that's the exact version we're talking about. We weren't talking about his post EZA form. So, going on over to Int Super Janemba. Int Super Janemba is probably the longest lasting EZA TUR to ever reign in this game. He was the best EZA TUR. We're talking strictly JP only. He was the best EZA TUR from December of 2018 all the way until... let me look up Physical Vegeta Blue. Not Physical... Yeah, Physical Vegeta Blue. I almost thought I said Physical Super Vegeta. So, Physical VB on JP, when does he come out? And remember, we only want to focus on JP. This is what we want to focus on. So, we get Physical Vegeta Blue, post EZA. He's the card that replaces in Super Janemba. May of 2020. Could you guys believe me if this guy reigned on JP as the best EZA TUR for 17 months? 17 months. 17? If I do my math correctly, I'm pretty sure that's just about a year and 5 months. That's a year and 5 months. Guys, a year and 5 months reigning as the best EZA TUR on JP is pretty crazy. So, I think that this guy, in terms of dominance, he is the face of dominance of Dokkan. I don't think that there is a card in Dokkan that, well, outside of Tech Ultimate Gohan, well, no, Tech Ultimate Gohan probably was the #1 for a while, and I'm not gonna check every goddamn TUR at the Ultimate Gohan until I see a card that was better than him. I think that Super Janemba is in the conversation as probably the longest lasting, like, #1 card in Dokkan. He's in the conversation as one of the longest lasting. Yeah. Oh yeah. A year and 5 months? That's crazy. 17 whole months of being the best EZA TUR in Dokkan. Who tops that? Think about that. There's only one card that came close to Int Janemba, and that was Tech Golden Frieza. And I would still argue that Int Janemba was better than Tech Golden Frieza because Int Janemba has guard, dodge chance, hit harder than him, and had a better link set. Yeah. Now the argument, honestly, the only argument you could say that it's better than Super Janemba is the damage reduction. Probably just the damage reduction. That's all. Because remember, Tech Golden Frieza doesn't have big bad bosses. He has big bad bosses. So I think it's pretty clear on why Int Super Janemba is on this list with STR Super Gogeta pre-EZA, Int Janemba post-EZA, and Cooler pre-EZA. Because he is easily the longest lasting card on this entire list. For sure. So next up, we have LR Count Khalifa, blah, blah, blah. Be beating a dead horse if I talk about Count Khalifa. What's so great about Count Khalifa, they lasted exactly 9 months of their dominance because, of course, when we go into the 5th year anniversary, the Blue Fusions replace them, blah, blah, blah. What's so good about them? They came out during the Legendary Goku meta. Well, they don't. They don't come out during the Legendary Goku meta. They come out during the Battle Road meta. Yeah, they're out there in the Battle Road meta because the Legendary Goku meta does not come out till May of 2019. And they come out April of 2019. So, of course, they're a Battle Road meta unit. I mean, guys, they're pretty much set up to be the GOATs for the Legendary Goku man. I'm not talking about Count Khalifa. You guys know why they're so goddamn good and dominant. Pre-EZA. We get it. I talked about in the video. I'd be beating a dead horse like I just said. So, LRUI Goku. I think that LRUI Goku, outside of TURs, of course, I think in terms of LRs, UI Goku is the only LR, and it's the last unit I'm talking about in the video. UI Goku is the only LR in Dokkan that lasted a year as number 1. The only anniversary LR that lasted a year as number 1. Damn, that sounds crazy to say. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Let's talk about it, okay? So, the 3rd year anniversary is when we start getting LR anniversary characters. So, 3rd year, they don't last a year because Go Frieza replaces them. 4th year, the 4th year LR Super Saiyan 4s get replaced by Kale and Khalifa. 5th years, guys, STR Super Vegito is LR Super Vegito. It's like we get Boo Tanks and Super Vegito that replace both the 5th years. Let's see, 6 years, which I'm talking about right now, where, I mean, pretty much, I'm gonna get to that in a moment. So, 3rd, no. 4th, no. 5th, no. 7 years, no, too, because remember, Vegeta and Trunks come out during Tanabata and easily replace both of the 7-year LRs. And then, of course, 8th year, we're not talking about that right now because we gotta let time move on a little bit more until I can, you know, talk about the 8th years. So, yeah. UI Goku is the only anniversary LR to stay number 1 throughout the entire year until the next anniversary LR. Yep. He is. So, that is pretty crazy because 2021 is when we get the Namek Saga Worldwide Down Celebration, right? We get the Namek Saga Worldwide Down Celebration, and then we get Namek Goku and Frieza, which Frieza was definitely better than Namek Goku, and Namek Frieza was the only LR that was close to UI Goku. Yeah, he was number 2. There were people that were saying that Frieza was better than UI Goku, which I respected, but I didn't agree. But UI Goku, in my opinion, was the best LR throughout the entire year of 2021. Clean slate. Clean slate. This guy was the best anniversary LR for the entire year. Number 1. Yeah, that's crazy to think. That is really crazy to think. Because if I list it off one more time before I close out the video, 3rd years get replaced by Go Frieza. 4th years get replaced by Kale and Khalifa. 5th years get replaced by STR Super Vegito, the LR Super Vegito. The 7 years get replaced by Vegeta and Trunks. And the 8th years are still going right now. So, the only 2 anniversary cards to stay number 1 throughout the entire year, I would say, is these 2 guys. STR Super Gogeta for the 1st year anniversary. Pre-EZA, of course. And LR UI Goku. That's super surprising to think about. That is so surprising. Number 1 TUR of 2016 throughout the entire year. You can make the argument that Physical Vegito Blue was better, and that AGL Super Vegeta Blue was right behind STR Super Gogeta. But, I mean, hell no. AGL Super Vegeta was not better than this guy, but Physical Vegeta Blue was right behind this guy. Although I still feel as if though STR Super Gogeta was the best card in all of 2016. Clean slate, like I've already said. And UI Goku. The only cards that were right behind him were Namek, Goku, and Frieza from the Worldwide Down Celebration. That's it. I'm done. That's all. These are the 2 anniversary cards that remain number 1 throughout the entire year. And don't you dare. I don't want to hear a soul say that Janemba was on the same level as this guy. Because you are wildin'. I don't want to see a single person say that this guy and this guy were on the same level. No, the fuck they were not. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. Janemba was good in 2016, but he was not Gogeta. So yeah, I think that is really about it. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video, and I love you all. Peace.